I have a second job in the circus, actually. Seriously though, a meal is not complete without a sweet, and I thought I'd show you a lovely Italian dessert here called peach sorbet, using, guess what, peaches. It's a real palate cleanser. It can be served as a dessert or an entree or in between courses. We're going to serve this one as a dessert today. Let's have a look at our ingredients for our lovely peach sorbet. Over here we've got 4 nice ripe peaches. These are the ones I didn't drop when I was juggling. And we've also got some sugar. There's 1/2 of a cup of sugar. We've got 2/3 of a cup of water, and we've got the juice of 1 large juicy lemon. Very simple ingredients. Now, first thing we're going to do is to make our sugar syrup. That means we're going to add our sugar and our water and our lemon juice into our little pan here. Let's pop a little flame underneath there, like so, and let's add our ingredients. This sugar syrup we're going to add to our semi-cooked peaches. Sugar and water and lemon juice. Pretty straightforward. Let's give it a bit of a stir, and we're going to cook that up to make a syrup. Now over here in our large pot, we have some water which is almost coming to the boil. When that comes to the boil, we're going to plunge in our peaches. In fact, I think it's coming to the boil right now. Yes. Okay, let's go over there and pop in our peaches. Now, these peaches are going to be in here only for 1 minute. This is just to help the skins loosen up. And then we're going to remove them. While we're over on the stove here, let's have a look at our sugar syrup. It's coming to the boil here. We're going to cook this down until it becomes like a syrup. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit, like so. Now it's boiling. That's going to boil for about 3 minutes, which time we're going to remove it and put it in the fridge. And we're going to add our chilled syrup to our peaches. Now, back over at our peaches, they're not doing anything here. They're just lounging around in the warm water, having a bit of a bath. It's interesting to know about sorbet. If you've had mistakes before with making sorbet, it could be that your sugar is over the top. There shouldn't be any more than 40% of sugar, 40% of the actual weight of the peaches or whatever fruit you're using for sorbet. If you use more than 40%, then you're likely to have a result which won't freeze properly. Any more than 40% sugar means the whole sorbet will not turn into its proper frozen consistency. Also, a good sorbet should have the consistency of snow, not ice. So our peaches have been in there for 1 minute. They've actually got 5 seconds left to go. Well, anyway, 5 seconds here or there won't make any difference. Let's pop them onto our plate. In fact, let's grab a plate and bring it over, make the whole operation a bit more secure. There we go. Our sugar syrup's got another 2 minutes. Give me a yell when the 2 minutes is up. Okay, let's turn off the water for our peaches and come back over here to the cutting board. Now let's peel these little fellows, shall we? Wonderful aroma of hot peaches here. Let's try our knife. This is probably going to work. Ah, yes, here we go. Now I remember trying this sorbet some years ago. It was shown to me by an Italian lady, and she was growing peaches in her own garden. And they were absolutely stunning. They were those big white fleshed peaches, which I couldn't get a hold of any today to show you, but they make the best sorbet. There we are. The last bit of skin off our peaches. That was a pretty simple procedure. So all our peaches have been peeled. Our sugar syrup has come to the boil. I've turned it off. It's been boiling for 3 minutes actually. There it is, a nice thick sugar syrup. Now it's time to cut up our peaches, like so. Take out the little stone in the middle. Lucky these aren't clingstones. Some types of stone fruit, the stones don't come out, and it makes it very difficult to deal with. Now, next step of the sorbet operation here, Operation Sorbet, is to pop our peaches into our blender. You could use a food processor. I hope this is going to work. Let's see what happens. Just as I expected. Okay, let's take a little water. Tiny little bit. Should help it on its way. So we have one batch of blended peach. Let's pop our blended peaches into our bowl. Doesn't that look lovely? Brilliant colour. Beautiful, and the aroma is stunning too. Now here we have a batch of hot syrup. We don't need to add the hot syrup, in fact we shouldn't, but what we do have in the fridge is a batch of chilled syrup, which I put in there earlier. Made a batch of syrup, so I could continue the recipe all the way through. Same syrup, or at least the same in quantities, but this is icy cold. So icy cold syrup into the peach, like so. Now let's whisk all our peach puree up with our sugar syrup, like so. Pretty simple operation. That's done. Now here's a Pyrex dish here that I'm going to freeze my sorbet in. This is going to be popped into the freezer and left there for some hours. Now that you need to do the day before the whole operation, so that when you come to serve it all out, it's all ready to go. And about 45 minutes or so before you actually serve the sorbet, transfer it from the freezer into the fridge. I'm going to freeze this now, but what I do have is a batch of sorbet that I made yesterday, which I've transferred out of the freezer, I popped in the fridge, and alongside it is a beautiful serving suggestion. So let me attend to that right now. This goes in the freezer, like so. And in the fridge, ooh la la, we have sorbet and a serving suggestion. Well, here's our serving suggestion. Isn't that magnificent? We've got all sorts of fruits. We've got mangoes and grapes and 4 little dishes. And in there we're going to spoon with our ice cream scoop some lovely scoops of sorbet here, which is nice and just the right consistency. Snowy. And we have it. Lovely peach sorbet with a lovely fruit serving suggestion.